morning, and welcome to our Friday morning chat, where we're going to solve all of your problems that you've ever had.
All of them.
No, no, that's the other show. Sorry. Oh, today we've actually got something bigger and better we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the Marquee Show coming up here in just, goodness gracious, what about 9 days?
Is it that close? I guess it is that close.
It is getting that close.
Monday we start.
It's
July 8th, 9th, and 10th, people.
And it's good for those of you who do not know the Marquee Show, and I'll put that into the comment or the chat right now. You guys can grab that. MarqueeShow.com is where you need to go out and check out the information and such. It's going to be a 3-day event: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And what's really kind of cool about this year's show is that on day one, you're going to get everything you've ever wanted to know in one day, because I'll be speaking that day.
That is true. We are very excited to have you speaking. No question about it. Absolutely pumped.
This will be kind of a fun time because I'm going to be covering a topic in which I spend a lot of time with Facebook marketing, Facebook leads and such. And you've got an opening act for me, and I'm pretty excited to be following, such a wonderful opening act. So let's start at the beginning of the schedule Monday. And what do we have going there, Casey?
So Monday, yours truly is going to do a welcome, and then I'm going to talk about something that I think that is a really necessary thing, which is that change is the constant. Okay, that is the constant. And if you look at just the technology of the DJ industry as an example, I've been doing it a long time. I am what would be considered DJ old. I started on vinyl, then went to CD, and used cassettes and some made mixtapes, and then switched to MP3s. So if you look at that technology change in the last 20 years, that in and of itself is one. And then here's more importantly, it's this right here. Okay, your handy dandy smartphone. And what's interesting is this. Think about this for a minute. In your hand right now, this smartphone that you're probably watching this on has more computing technology than NASA had putting the men on the moon in 1969.
Isn't that crazy?
It's absolutely crazy. So my point is we're going to talk about change and how change is a constant. And if you want to be ahead of the game, you need to embrace change. So that's what my, I don't want to call it a keynote because I just happen to be the guy in charge of scheduling everybody. So I wouldn't call it a keynote, but it's going to be a welcome. And I want people to think about change throughout the course of the show and how it's going to impact their business. We then have Alan Berg giving one of his two presentations of the week. He's doing one on the difference between negotiating and discounting, which is pretty exciting. And Then on top of that, he's also doing another one about website evaluation.
Oh no. I think we froze up. Yes, I think Casey did. So we'll catch the second presentation here. Hopefully he'll join us right back. Well, before we talk about Alan Bird, so after Alan's first presentation, that's the slot I'll be following up here. Oh, there you are.
Did we lose you?
We did. We lost you just before you were going to touch on Alan Berg's second presentation. So let's hit that, and then I'll come back in and we'll talk about what follows up his first.
So Alan Berg is going to be doing one of two presentations. The second one is going to be about website evaluation and how important your website is and the things that you really need to be looking at in 2019 on your website itself. And then, I'm pulling up the schedule here, Tom DiDazio is coming in from Philadelphia just for the day to talk about leadership and leading a team. And Tom is a business coach out of Philadelphia.
Nice.
And then we have Andy Eban talking about blogging. So, and then of course we've got the world famous John Young talking about Facebook ads that work. So day one is a terrific day. We're not talking DJ, we're not talking photo booth, we are talking straight business all day. And if you happen to see this and you're not in the DJ business, but you've stumbled across this, it doesn't matter if you're a car mechanic, if you are a roofer, if you pour concrete, if you're a plumber. Every single solitary thing that we're talking about on Monday is business applicable and is, I'm hoping that people leave, or I shouldn't say I hope, I know that if you're listening, you will leave with pages and pages of notes or a ton of stuff on your phone or your iPad or your computer.
For sure.
So that's on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday night, actually, we're leaving everybody to enjoy their night by themselves. So you can go out for Chicago style deep dish pizza, get together with friends, enjoy the city of Chicago. And then on Tuesday, we start early with breakfast with the Game Master with
Scott Favor.
Scott Favor.
Yeah.
Then we've got JD Gershbein talking about success with LinkedIn. We've got Jeffrey Scott Gold flying in from New Jersey, who's going to be talking about media. And if you guys have seen any of the videos that he has done for the SCE group, for Wedding NBA's or Wedding Wires Party at Wedding NBA, anything for the SCE group, you know how powerful his videos are. So he's going to be telling you the secrets behind how he creates those videos and what he looks for specifically content-wise to give that the biggest amount of impact. Then we also have the power of upselling and building your business with Jeffrey Craig. Jeffrey Craig is coming in from New York. He is part of the Total Entertainment crew out there. He's the CFO. And to give you an idea, Total Entertainment is doing over $20 million a year in business. Their clients include Google. They're constantly in the Hamptons this summer. They did Billy Joel's last wedding. They did Robert De Niro's wedding, parties for J-Lo. He is definitely part of the who's who in New York when it comes to the special event industry. He's going to kind of tell you how he got there and things. Then we're going to break for lunch. Then Nick Spinelli is going to be talking about mixing. We've got games with Barry Kay and Jordan Zwicker. We've got an all mitzvah panel with Jeffrey Craig, Jordan Marshall from New Jersey, and then Jasmine, who's one of our MCs, who's here from Chicago and has one of the largest DJ businesses here in Chicago, as well as also has her own venue. So it's going to be all things mitzvah. And then Adam White is going to be talking about a subject that he calls atomosity, which is essentially he's going to tell you how he's recreated himself and the importance of constantly recreating yourself. So we've got that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, once again, we start the day off early in the morning with breakfast with the Game Master. And then we've got Nate Nelson coming in from Dallas. And what's terrific is Nate has just, with no surgery, no anything, he's just lost 140 pounds. And he is not going to be preaching to anybody. He's going to be sharing his story and, more importantly, sharing how he feels and the changes that he's made in his life. And he's just trying to give back to the community by sharing that. Alan Berg is going to be giving his second presentation, and I talked about the two, so I don't know which one's going to be which. Jordan Marshall is going to be talking about the cool hip factor. And if you've met Jordan Marshall, he is a hyper little monkey that he's just a ton of fun. Nick Spinelli is going to be talking to the 2019 or 2020 customer and how it's changed from those of us that are DJ old and how to market to them, how to hustle them. And then I'm going to finish things off with success by association. And I'm going to talk to everybody about the purposes of different associations like DJ associations, ILEA, MPI, Convention and Visitors Bureau, your local Chamber of Commerce, and how you can find success in gaining business from these different associations. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of everything for everybody in here. And that's the education seminar. Now, different than a lot of other shows, we also have a sponsored workshop where in another part of the ballroom, as long as you have an exhibitor pass, and they're free, they're complimentary through July 1st, you can attend any of the sponsored seminars that are being put on by QSC, by Promo Only, by DJ Event Planner, by the American DJ Association. And essentially, they're all going to be talking about, perhaps RCF will be talking about the importance of good sound. And they're going to give you some sound tips. And then at the end, they may tell you to come by their booth. But essentially, each one of them will have 20 minutes to talk about like ATA photo booth and and Ring Roamer will be talking about the latest, greatest trends in the photo booth industry. And you're going to find that they're going to be talking. They're going to be talking about those things, and then of course they'll invite you back to see it, feel it, touch it, and things like that. But again, so you're talking about over the course of 4 days, over the course of 3 days, we have something like 50 or 60 different seminars available for people to be taking, which is pretty astronomical. Our show floor is open every day from 12 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And again, exhibit only passes are complimentary. The parking at the hotel is complimentary. We have a beautiful hotel. So whether you just want to come and see it, feel it, touch it, and play with the gear, or whether you want to get your learn on, we're certainly there for you to decide to help you any way that we can.
Excellent. Of course.
And I forgot one other thing, and I don't know if you were going to lead up to it, but Tuesday nights, we've got the Tasty Tuesday party.
Okay. Yep.
Which is hosted by Promo Only, DAS Audio, Floyd Rose Headphones, and myself at a local venue called Rocky's American Club. And you can find that information also on our Facebook page. And so that'll be, there's Sir William is DJing, DJ Flipside from Chicago is. I forgot exactly who is, but I can actually pull that because I just got my flyers in for the show to actually drop off at the venue. So
excellent.
You can continue to talk while I open it up, and I'll show everybody one of the flyers because they literally just came in.
Nice. Transportation back and forth, Casey. What's the best for someone who's coming in from, say, out of town? They flights to Chicago. I actually just checked those, and you can actually still get $100 flights from Minneapolis to Chicago. If a person's like, "Hey, I can find a cheap flight. I want to come in." What's the best way to handle that transportation from like O'Hare to the site and then to the evening event and such?
I would Uber it to the hotel, and then after that, I would suggest that you make friends with people because there's going to be a lot of locals there, and you'll probably end up knowing somebody either through a Facebook group or what have you. And the one thing I know about these conventions is everybody's super friendly. Mm-hmm. So carpooling is going to be super easy. The hotel will also have shuttle buses to take you from the hotel directly to Rockies. And it's only about 3 miles, so it's really not very far. So even if you just grabbed a cab or what have you, you're not talking about a large expenditure of money.
Okay.
So, and DJ Flipside, DJ B-Side, and then Sir William are all the announced DJs on here. And that is Tuesday, July 9th, 8 o'clock at Rocky's Nightclub in Prospect Heights. So there's our little flyer. And that's, of course, being held at the Marquee Show. So, and there's a Facebook event page on there to check that out as well. And by the end of the day today, all of the seminars and everything will be posted. So an attendee can check all of that stuff out. So pretty exciting.
Nice. So we're coming up here just a few more days away. You said the free exhibit passes are still available till when?
They're going to be available till July the 1st.
Okay. So
and then after that, it's a $20 donation, which is going to be it's $20. And what's going to end up happening is that that money is going to be used toward my annual toy drive.
Nice.
For anybody that knows me, every year at the Christmas holidays, I collect toys for kids in need. I collect hats and gloves for kids in need because they need it. And Sure. It's just, it's my personal charity of choice. And I think that I enjoy the immediate gratification of it. I know a lot of people are dedicated to helping cure diseases and such that have unfortunately gone on for too many years. For me, I enjoy this because when I give out gift bags and things like that to these kids, I immediately get to see the smiles on their faces.
Sure.
When I donate them to the groups that need them, we donate not only to Toys for Tots, but we also donate to a group called Shelter Inc., which is a battered women's shelter that helps struggling teenage moms, helps women and children in bad situations get out. They're in constant need of toys, both for their daycare center as well as for the kids themselves. And so It's a pretty amazing feeling when we're able to deliver a truck full of toys. And last year we were able to deliver not one but two full box trucks full of toys, bicycles, and everything. So it
Excellent.
was pretty cool.
Excellent. Well, that sounds great, Casey. I'm looking forward to it, and such. As you mentioned, of course, I'll be there speaking on Monday, so I'll have my presentation all ready. For some of you who have been hearing, you follow some of the things I've done. This is going to be a smaller version of the full presentation, which I'm actually going to be recording, so that for those of you who are at the show, you will get a link and a code so you can go and watch the video and sit by your computer and go piece by piece through it. Because that was one of the, Casey, you and I had this conversation, but I had someone the other day who's like, when you go through these things up on stage, it's tough to take enough notes.
Right.
And so there will be a lot of information there for the day. And by the time you get to me later in the afternoon, you're going to be overwhelmed. So I don't want you to sit there and fret about that. We've got you covered, and it's going to be a great event. So. Yeah. Is there anything else we missed, Casey? I think we've covered the bases.
Well, yeah. Why don't we do a quick plug for all of our fabulous exhibitors, and also give people a reason to come out and see it, feel it, touch it. So we've got the American DJ Association coming. We've got Photo Booth Association coming, promo only. Our good friends at Disc Jockey News. Our friends from the Photo Booth Expo will be there. Alan Berg is not only going to be presenting, but if you don't know anything about Alan, he's got some terrific tools, DVDs, books, seminars, things like that available. And actually on the Tuesday of our show, he's going to be hosting a private workshop. So if you're watching this, you're not going to the show, not taking advantage of that. He also does have his mastery class, which is only open to 10 people. So he'll be hosting that, but he's also got his books and DVDs and such for sale, and he'll have a table. Floyd Rose headphones will be there. QSC Audio, Ape Labs, Vibo, DJ Trivia, Serato, DAS Audio, ProX, AV Max, which is a local dealer here in Chicago, Curator Software, Ring Roamer Photos, Photo Booth, which is a portable photo booth company, ATA Photo Booths, DNP Printers, which is distributed through a company called Logix, 123 DJ is another Chicago dealer. Odyssey Gear is going to be here, both with their cases as well as their manufacturing photo booths now. Danny Max from Max Photo Booth is going to be here. Denon's going to be here. RCF Speakers, Mixware, DJ Event Planner, Mitsubishi Printer, Selfie Wizard, and DJ Intelligence are all confirmed for the show. So we're going to have a nice-sized ballroom with really great people. So again, you can come out, see it, feel it, touch it. Denon's going to be showing their Prime 4 and demoing it, so you can get your hands on that and check it out, which is great. You probably reviewed it on your show. But they've got the Prime 4, which allows you to do 4 decks at once, which is pretty darn cool. It has their own internal hard drive. So it's like bringing a guitar. You don't need to bring a computer or hard drive or anything else. Just plug it in and play. So there's that. And so it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, it'll be kind of a fun time. You get to see a lot of gear. If you've got just the exhibit hall pass, you'll be able to see a lot of gear, hang out in the hallway, and still talk shop. And of course, if you are wanting to get the educational side of it, those passes are available. Are those passes going to be available online right up to the show, or do the sale end on those, or how do those go?
No. So what'll happen is right now the best value we have is this. If you use promo code Floyd Rose, you can get a full Expo Pass for $499, and you will get a pair of Floyd Rose headphones as part of your pass. So you'll get 3 days of education, access to the party, a lunch meal each day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, access to the entire exhibit floor, and a pair of headphones for $499. So and the manufacturer suggested retail on the headphones are $350. So even with a show special, he might be at like $150, $200 for that, selling them in his booth, but you're still talking about a great value. And if you add in what a hotel lunch costs, by the time you dissect it down, it's a really, really good value.
For sure. And because I'm speaking, I can tell you for sure, if you don't get that kind of value out of just my presentation, I'll be very disappointed. I've got so
And
much.
John will personally refund you if you don't think the show was worth it
I
because of his show, his thing alone.
truthfully, I can almost
You-
I could almost make that guarantee, Casey, because I put a lot of time in and talking to Facebook, the current Facebook marketing people about how to create that lead generation list. Yeah, I could almost go and make that statement. So use promo code Floyd Rose, and I just put that into the chat, so you guys can grab that promo code. Use that, and you'll be able to get the deal with the headphones and such. My boys actually both have got Floyd Rose headphones. They met Alan at some of the shows and bought some of the headphones, and they are big fans of the headphone quality and sound. So good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Casey, we're going to wrap this up and keep this about that 20-minute length. Thank you guys for watching today, and I hope to see you in Chicago in about 8 to 10 days. 8 days.
Yep. So don't dilly-dally. Get your passes today. All right? We'll see you in a week and a half or so, John, as well as the boys.
You
I'll
bet.
be able to freestyle with your son. Let the flows flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more of the bad rapping. Okay, this would be great.
Exactly. All right. We'll
All
see
right.
you soon. Thanks for
everybody.
having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.